Welcome back to Live Life Inspired Autism. I'm Antoinette, the life coach for parents of autistic children. So we have been talking about how I changed my life 180 degrees across the board, and one of the tools that I used to do it, and that was called the model. So for this last week I've been doing videos on all the different steps of the model. So if you have not watched them, please watch them in sequence. This is not a difficult tool to use at all, but it does take a minute to wrap your mind around it. And if you watch them out of sequence, you're not going to know what is going on, and it's not going to help you at all. Okay, so the first one was about circumstances, the facts in your life, things that you have no control over. Then we spoke about thoughts, and thoughts are what you think about those facts or circumstances. And those thoughts are going to lead to how you feel in your body. And then from there, you are going to take actions or non-actions, depending on the feeling that you're feeling. And then, of course, that creates your results. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is your results. Okay, and that is the simplest thing, because results are things that are in your control. Those are the results that you created in your life. Okay, so I just want you to be mindful that circumstances are things that you have no control over, okay? And your results are the things that you created in your life. So you may have used a result that you've got and put it in the circumstance line, and that's fine. It works just as well. And the great thing about this is that all of this can change. You can change your results, you can change your thinking, you can change how you feel, you can change your actions, you can do all of it. You can change everything, which means you can change your results. Okay, so this is what we call the unintentional model. Okay, so because you're not really paying attention to what you're thinking or what you're feeling or what you're doing, and the results you're creating is what you come up with. And sometimes, yes, you do have an idea of how you're feeling because it's not really very pleasant. But the good news is it can change, and we can use the model for good. We can use the model to create the results that you want. Okay, so I want to talk about my examples just to give you an idea of where I was and what I created for myself. So one of those was, I said I was single, and one of the thoughts that I had was that I should have figured it out by now, and that created a feeling of embarrassment maybe. And my actions that I took were, or inactions were, I maybe didn't put myself out there. I didn't present myself well. I was attracting people that weren't good for me. And the result was that I kept myself single. Okay, as easy as that. And then another example of mine was my health that was not doing well at all. And one of my thoughts was that I'm never going to feel healthy again. And maybe I was feeling fear, and from there I didn't want to do or take the actions that would make me feel better in case I was going to start feeling worse. Yeah, I didn't have the energy, so I didn't feel like I could actually do anything or take the 5 minutes to go for a walk or any of that. And that kept me unhealthy. It kept me in a place where I didn't want to do anything, basically. So that was my result. Another one was my job, where I felt that there was no way that I would be able to make more money consistently in my job, which made me feel stuck or unmotivated. And my actions were, I didn't really go out and look for work that would pay me more or get me more consistently, or even try and find a way to start my own company. And of course that made me feel that made me unlikely to find a new job, because I wasn't taking the actions to find something that would actually produce more money for me. And then autism, which of course across the board we have feelings about that. And one of my feelings in the beginning was, I don't know what to do. And that made me feel stuck. It made me feel, stuck. And so I would have these doom thoughts. I would maybe like scroll and do research. I would not take any feasible actions. So that the result of that basically meant that I was stuck. It confirmed that I was stuck, and it also meant that I wasn't making good decisions for Max, and I wasn't making good decisions for my family, and for myself, basically. So you can see how all of these things work together if you go through the model. Okay, so now's the fun part. It's for you to put down your results in the comments. Now, if you get stuck, you are welcome to DM me. If you're not quite sure what results all of that has produced for you, please DM me. I'll work through the model with you. It is not a difficult thing, but sometimes, you've got to think about it to figure it out. All right, so the fun fact about the model is you can plug in anything. You don't have to start up at the top with your circumstance, or you can start with your feeling. Perhaps sometimes you get that feeling before anything else. Perhaps you feel anxiety or fear, and you can actually work the model from there. So if you're feeling anxiety and fear, what are you thinking? What are you doing? What results do that create? And then sometimes there's anxiety about, maybe it's as simple as something that happened at work, but those are all the things that you can actually plug. You can plug it in anywhere in the model, and you can work it up and down, which is, it's really an amazing tool if you know how to use it. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to put it all together, and I'm going to explain to you how to do an intentional model, how to create results that you really want, and then how to think about them, how to feel, what feeling you need to create in order to do that, in order to take action, the feelings, the actions that you need to take from those feelings, or what you need to stop doing in order to get your results. So we're going to do all of that tomorrow. So it's going to be super exciting. So please give me your models, write them out, DM me, or even email me if you want to, so that I can help you figure out where you are, what are you thinking, why are you doing the things that you are doing, and we can move you to a place where you are starting to create the results that you really want. Okay, I'm super excited. I'll see you guys tomorrow.